Hey y'all, it's Marsai Martin, and I want to welcome you to our incredible show, SheEO, presented by Walmart. And you know, the title is a play on CEO, the acronym of Chief Executive Officer. And we mix that in with the word she because around here, we think fierce women and especially powerful women of color should be profiled, lifted up, and listened to for their advice, their wisdom, and the inspiration that they bring. You know, speaking of which, today I am so beyond thrilled to bring out Aris Singleton to the show. Eris is the CEO of Thank God It's Natural, also known as TGIN. Eris has worked with TGIN since its inception in various supporting roles to the company's recently departing founder, Christia Donaldson. Inspired by Donaldson and elevating her corporate knowledge over the years, she has now helmed the company with a wealth of beauty and executive expertise. In addition to running the company, Eris also uses her influence for good through the TGIN Foundation, whose incredible mission is to support uninsured women who are undergoing breast cancer treatment. Aris Singleton, welcome to SheEO, presented by Walmart. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Nice to meet you. Okay, blue. Okay, I'm into the blue hair.
It's like my signature.
No, I love it. I love the vibe. I love the vibe. And
Thank you.
listen, I just love everything about you and your journey.
Thank
and
you.
I think one of the first things that really caught me was the fact that you grew up with this.
Yes.
Like just throughout your whole life. So, and you were in different areas and kind of tested the waters through and through. So
Yes.
I want to know, how was that like to get to the point where you are today?
Yes. So I started with the company since its inception, 2009, and I was in high school. So I
Yeah.
ran social media. We used to, ship out T-shirts and books before we even had products. I was doing all of that in high school. So I have literally been here since the beginning. Grew with the company. So then I went to finish my degree in finance, and I was only supposed to be with the company for 3 months, filling in, yes, for my aunt's administrative assistant who was on maternity leave.
Okay.
Here we are. April makes 6 years. So yes, it has been such a blessing. I have literally done every role in the company.
Oh, okay. Can you name some of the titles that you've done?
So I started off as admin assistant.
Yeah.
Then I moved into operations.
Okay.
And once I completed my degree, I was finance manager.
Okay.
Then I moved into HR manager, dabbled a little bit in marketing, and now here I am, CEO.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And where did you grow up exactly?
So I'm a Detroit girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Midwest. I grew up, born and raised, Detroit, Michigan. Then I moved to Houston.
Okay.
I don't know
Texas
why.
babies.
Yes.
I'm from Dallas.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Wait a minute.
I know.
Yeah, so,
Because
okay. I lived in Houston for about 8 years, and then I moved back to Chicago.
oh, you were everywhere.
Yeah, so I've been in Chicago for the past 4, almost 5 years with the company. So
Wow.
I've
that's
been
amazing.
all over the place.
Yeah, but I mean, would you say the different places that you grew up, was that kind of sort of connected to your work as well? Or do you
Yes.
think that was,
Yeah,
why?
so I feel everyone in Detroit is like an entrepreneur, has that hustle spirit, that motivation. I think that definitely played a part.
Okay.
Christia is from Detroit as well. So that hustle and that motivation is what fueled her.
That's beautiful. And I want to know more about Christia exactly.
Okay.
Your aunt.
Yes.
How did she help with you growing up and being in this position where you are today? What was the biggest things that you've learned from her?
Okay, so I'll give you a little background about Christia.
Yeah.
She was a Harvard grad, and when she graduated from law school, she was faced with a dilemma. She's like, how am I going to wear my hair in corporate America?
Okay.
And back then, even still a little bit now, there was this stigma around Black hair in corporate. So she wore wigs to kind of like camouflage her kinky tresses. And she said, I don't want to do this. So she created TGIN. She cut off all her hair, created TGIN, making the products in her kitchen. So the company grew, it expanded, and she brought me on. And again, I was just there, here in high school. I dabbled here. And she was grooming me. Looking back on it, I'm like, wow, now that she's gone, I'm like, she literally groomed me for this. doing the rotational program, being in different meetings. I'm like, I don't need to be in this meeting. I don't need to go to this conference or what have you. So from the start, she was building me to lead this. So it's really an
That's a beautiful relationship as well.
Yes.
And I want to know, who else in your life kind of gave you that sort of mentorship?
Yes. My mother.
Your mommy?
Yes, that's my girl. She is actually my chief operating officer.
It's a family affair.
It's a family affair.
Yeah.
She actually came on to the company about a month prior to Christia's transition. And she just, was keeping an eye on operations. And I said, you know what? I need you to be my COO. I need you here. So we have a great mom and daughter relationship. We're like best friends. But at work, it's business. And, we have those tough conversations where I'm like, hey, what happened in the conference room today? That was not personal. But at home, that's mom. So it is challenging, but it's also beautiful. Yeah. Christia literally built the foundation, generational wealth. So I just want to keep it going. So my children, my children's children can experience this.
Speaking of like having those people by your side, I want to know, how does community connect to TGIN?
Yes, so TGIN has the TGIN Foundation. And in 2017, at the age of 36, Christia was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. So while she was going through chemo and surgeries, she was so selfless. And she said, I'm going to build the TGIN Foundation so I can help uninsured or underinsured women get through this. She was still practicing corporate law while being the CEO of Thank God It's Natural. And she's like, parking alone is $12 a day. She's like, I don't have any children, but what if you have to take off? Who's going to take care of your children? So what about food when you don't feel like cooking after you've done chemo? So the TGIN Foundation, we actually partner with a ride-sharing service to get women to their doctor's appointments.
Oh my goodness!
So I'm super excited. So we get out and go to community events.
Okay.
So we'll bring like a mammogram technology and, give out free mammograms. So it's really beautiful.
Wow. Yeah. That is so amazing. Yeah. So every time I buy a product from you guys' brand, am I also helping in the community as well?
So yes, the green tea.
Okay.
Our green tea, which is sold at Walmart.
At Walmart.
Sold at Walmart. 10% of those proceeds goes to the TGIN Foundation.
Wow. And she built a brand that had a purpose.
Yes.
How do you carry on that purpose?
My goodness. Every day I wake up and I say, you know what? It's not just hair care products that I'm selling. Our mission is redefining beauty by cultivating a community that empowers women to be the best version of yourself. So the hair is great, but I want you to feel and look your best, whether that be with your hair, your mental health, your health as a whole. So it's a really beautiful, beautiful mission. So.
Oh, I got you. No, that's sweet. Yes. I love that. Even though you weren't CEO at first, what was it like for you when the products first hit the shelves?
It was like, oh my gosh. Because prior to the products launching in 2013, we were just selling t-shirts and books. And we had, some hair serums, but TGIN started out as a book, Thank God I'm Natural. And it detailed Christia's experience, through childhood, high school, law school, and the struggle with her hair. So after, she wrote the book, people were like, well, where are the products? So we launched the products in 2013. And then in 2018, this is really special to me because April of 2018, we launched into 250 Walmart stores. So it's our 5-year anniversary.
Oh my goodness. So, congratulations,
Thank you. Yeah, so look, kind of got chills because I just remember that launch. And Christia's like, you know what? We going to Walmart. So it was just like such a blessing that we launched, and here we are. Business is continuously growing with Walmart, so I'm so happy.
Y'all are in 12,000 stores?
Oh my goodness. So In 2021, when Christia transitioned, our brand grew ×3. So right before her passing, we literally went from this number to like 12,000. So the growth was literally exponential. That year it was crazy, but like you said, 12,000 stores, even saying that out loud. So whenever I walk into a store, I go to the beauty section, I'm like, that's me.
Oh my
That's
God.
me.
That is so
That's
sweet.
me. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That's what fuels me.
I want to know, what was that moment like for you when you had to step into the role of being a CEO?
You know, the initial was shock.
Yeah.
Because she literally passed, and the next day I had to step into this role. So, you know, I had to make sure the
was a lot.
company,
It was a lot.
I have a team of 40 people that were counting on me. Our stakeholders were counting on me. So I had to keep going.
Yeah.
And that right there, yes, I was grieving, but in that moment I said, you know what? I can't be selfish and just think about me. I will take the time when that time comes, but I got to keep this thing going. So that is what has fueled me. And I mean, it's just amazing. Every day I wake up and I'm grateful. I'm thankful.
I love that. And was it also hard in the beginning to make decisions in that way because it was a new role for you?
Oh my goodness. Full transparency, I second guessed myself the first couple of months. Because again, I worked so closely with Christia.
Right.
And she would ask me my opinion on something. And she's like, okay, why are we doing that? Okay, boom, we'd make that decision. I didn't have that person to give me that green light, like, okay, let's go. I was that green light. So I had to trust in myself, like, Eris, you're making the right decision. Right. And if I didn't make the right decision, I learned from that. Right. And say, how can we pivot? How can we do it different? And to this day, I still don't get everything right. I still don't have the answers, but I know how to go and get the right answer.
Right. You know where to go find them.
I know how to ask for help, okay?
What are some challenges that you had to overcome being in that position? Because I know you probably, how old are you?
I'm 29.
You young! You is a young CEO.
Yes.
Even within that, what were the challenges that you had to go through just being there?
So the people, they were my peers. They were my colleagues. And then overnight, I became their CEO. So it was not only for them, but it was a challenge for me. Because I'm like, okay, I still want to have fun. I want to have girl talk, which we can. But again,
at the same time, I'm your boss.
I'm your boss. So
you still got to do the work.
Okay, we got to get this work done. We got to ship these products to Walmart. Okay.
Yeah, to Walmart. Y'all better get going.
Okay, get it going. So that was definitely a challenge. And then for external factors, just think about it. Again, I'm 29. I'm a Black woman with blue hair. Okay, so they're looking at me like, does she know what she's doing? Why is she CEO? Like, how did she?
Right.
So I faced that over the last year and a half, but I still show up in the room.
Right.
And I'm here to stay.
What helps you keep going in that regard? Because grief is a big thing.
Yeah.
It sucks because I'm no stranger to it as well, but I want to know, like, what gave you the passion to keep going and to keep pushing?
She did. Christia was not only my boss, she was my aunt, but she was my best friend. We literally had the most beautiful relationship. And not only did I do it because, hey, this is what my aunt wants me to do, but it gave me a purpose. I said, you know, if I can just help other women be the best version of themselves, I'm good.
What advice would you give to young women that are constantly trying to fit into these spaces and trying to do what they think other people should make them do?
Show up as your true, authentic self. I have had blue hair since 2019.
Okay.
In 2021, I enrolled in grad school.
That's sweet. And
I was telling Christia, I said, hey, you know, I'm going to dye my hair back, you know, for grad school. I got to be in class. And she said, absolutely not. She was like, if you dye your hair back, we're going to have some problems. She was like, you walk in that room and you rock that blue hair.
Unapologetically you.
Unapologetically me. And I show up to meetings, different conferences, different events with my blue hair. Show up as yourself, ladies.
Yeah, period. How does that feel being a Black woman in this space with an amazing, booming business like that? That is crazy.
I don't take it lightly. I realize that a lot of people are not in this position, so I don't take it for granted. But my passion is helping others. How can I help other women, you know, who maybe want to be entrepreneurs?
Yeah.
How can I help them? How can I give back? Whether it's through mentorship or, you know, giving, you know, just some tips. How can I help?
What are like 3 keys of advice that you would give them to start their own business?
Never be the smartest in the room. If you're the smartest in the room, you're in the wrong room. So what I've learned is I like being around people who challenge me and really help me like level up and think about that next level. 2, you have to take time for yourself. I know when you're becoming an entrepreneur, that grind and, you know, staying up late, working late, that's important, but also you have to take time for yourself. Self-care is not just getting a massage or, you know, you really have to take care of yourself. That's what I'm focusing on right now. I'm like, my health is wealth.
Right.
And the last is surround yourself with someone that's in your industry. So if you're in the beauty industry, find a mentor in that industry. And I'm gonna give you a 4th one.
Okay.
Ask for help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people be like, I'm not going to do it because I'm supposed to know this.
I got it.
Yeah,
no, ma'am. One thing I'm gonna do is ask for help.
I want to know for you, like, what's next?
My focus is really growing the brand.
Okay.
Really, really growing the brand and growing our community. So what can I do more to help? It's nice, you know, to make profit. I do want to make money. But again, my passion is helping. So how can I give back? How can I leave that footprint?
Got you.
So we growing.
Yo, y'all are out here.
Okay.
The show is all about giving flowers, and we just want to tell you thank you for what you do for our community, for people that are undergoing breast cancer. And I truly, truly applaud you. Congratulations on everything. Yes.
Thank you so much.
From admin assistant to CEO, Aris Singleton has taken an incredible journey as she touched every single aspect of TGIN since its inception. Her love of business, hair care, and community, born partly from her deep relationship with her aunt and late founder, Christia Donaldson, fuels her daily as she leads TGIN towards a brand new era. Eris gives credit where credit is due, whether that's to her coworkers, to her mother, to Miss Christia, or even to herself. It's amazing to see how the company is touching women's lives outside of hair care. And she is such an inspiration to watch, and she has no plans on slowing down anytime soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to check out all of our other SheEO episodes presented by Walmart.